Hi, so in this playlist we will be talking about um, graph questions that we will be solving for the interviews in a pattern specific way. This page I found on Leetcode that we will be following this pattern. It's a nice useful link that I am actually using it to solve. I haven't solved all of them, but as I'm progressing I will be making these videos, and today's problem will be find eventual safe states. That is actually a question on directed graph and DFS. So without wasting any time, let's get started with the question first. Yeah, so there is a directed graph of n nodes with each node labeled from 0 to n minus 1. The graph is represented by a zero index 2D array graph where graph I is an integer array of nodes adjacent to node I, meaning there is an edge from node I to each node in graph I. So as you can see in the input, there is a list of lists, and 1 2 2 3. What is the meaning of this? Like, this is the zero index graph. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is empty. So 0th index will have edges to nodes 1 and node 2. So this is a directed graph and directed edges. So yeah, 0 will have an edge to node 1, node 2. 1th index will have edges to node 2 and node 3, and so on. 3 will have sorry, this is 2, so 2 will have an edge to node 5, and 3 will have an edge to node 0, and 4 and 5 will be 5 and 6 will be empty. So 4 will have an edge to node 5, and 5 and 6 have no edges. So there is an also concept of terminal node, which states that if there are no outgoing edges, that node is called a terminal node. So like 6 is a terminal node. Yeah, 5 is, I think, a terminal node as well. Yeah, so next part is saying that a node is a safe node if every possible path starting from that node leads to a terminal node. So every possible path in this graph, if it leads to a terminal node, then that node is called a safe node, and we will need to find the list of safe nodes. So how to solve this? Like, we will be maintaining 3 states in this DFS visiting traversal. The first is unvisited node will be stated as 0, visited will be stated as 1, and if that is safe, then we will be state that as 2, safe node. So what are the steps to be followed here? We will be traversing each node, we will be running a DFS, and if we revisit a node in the same path, then so basically this is a cycle finding problem, and if we find a cycle in the corresponding path, then eventually it means that there is no safe node in that path, so that will be totally excluded. And if any other nodes are connects to that cycle, then definitely that node is also not a safe node. So let's code it out and makes thing simple, like what we can actually follow. So it expects a list of integer to be returned, and also I will be coding this in Java, so that Java is widely used here, because in many interviews of Java they actually expect to write the codes in Java, but there are companies that don't as well. So but anyway, I will be doing this in Java. C++ will be more or less same. So yeah, anyway, so what I am doing here is I am taking the graph length and also taking a result list. Initially both has been declared, and I will be now taking a visited array. Of n nodes. Next I will be traversing those nodes, and I will be calling the DFS with this loop. So that is the point of this. If I will be separately writing the DFS. So what will be passed through the parameters of the DFS function? Mostly we actually pass the entire graph, otherwise DFS makes no sense. and we will be passing the visited array along with the nodes. So if this is a part of DFS, then we will be adding it to the result, and we will be returning the result. So the body is mostly done, but now we will be writing the DFS function. That is also more or less simple, like okay, so public boolean DFS, and this is what will be the inputs: int node, then the graph as the input parameter is there, also the visited array, so that is also an array, and that's it, that's the input. Now first we will be checking the visited array. If the visited node is marked as 2, then that is a safe node, as I have already mentioned earlier, so that will be actually added to the resulted list. Next, if the visited node is finally 1, then definitely it's a part of the cycle and it will be returning false, and that won't be added to the resulted list. Apart from that, visited node, let's mark it as 1, because initially if it's unvisited, then we won't be traversing, we won't be like missing it out, and we will be traversing that node. So visited node is 1. So let's visit that node first. So yeah, and then we will be visiting its neighbors. So as generic DFS, which will, and you will be seeing in the later videos, like that this pattern is followed in mostly all the problems, so remembering one will be enough. So yeah, if this is true, like if the adjacent nodes, we will be going depth wise, and visited, we will be passing this as well. If that is true, then really if it's again a part of the DFS, then this is a cycle. And finally, if that node is not marked as 1, then we will be marking that node as 2, and we will be returning true, as that's a safe node. So that is pretty much of it. It's not much of a big deal. So that's visited node will be 2 for the safe node. If it's not safe, then let's see, if it's visited already twice, then that's a part of the cycle, so that will be visited array 1, and you're returning false there. And if it's newly visited, that it's not 1, not 2, then definitely it has to be 0 at this point, and then we will be marking that as 1. We will be traversing the adjacent nodes of that particular node. Then we will be also going for DFS in the adjacent nodes, like, and if those return actually false, then we will be returning false, else visited node will be 2, and then we will be returning true. So okay, I have run this and it's passing. Let's submit that. So this is the second time I'm doing this question. The first time was also in Java. Yeah, this is accepted. So yeah, that is it for this part. And if you are asked for the time complexity of this code, so the time complexity is pretty much simple. It is order of v plus e, that is actually just the DFS time complexity, nothing else we are using here. So this is the time complexity of the above problem. So if you can solve this in the interview, I think that will be pretty much it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this part. In the next video, we will be solving the remaining questions, And that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and happy problem solving. Thank you.